our question for you today, it's 610-632-0975. And John, I want you to answer this. Connor, I want you to answer this.
That'd be good.
Who is Jalen Hurts as a quarterback, and what's the best version of him? So I'll take you back to the bye week. I'll pat myself on the back. I wanted the Eagles to go run first, and I wanted Jalen Hurts to attempt 20 to 25 passes a game. Now, he attempted it 28 times this past game. I wasn't complaining about that.
No.
He was great in the NFC Championship game against the Commanders. But I wanted them to rely on the offensive line, and your not MVP, he's not going to win MVP, but a guy that will get MVP votes, your running back in Saquon Barkley, who was running like his hair was on fire back in the first 4 weeks of the season. So I wanted to say, hey, instead of using him as the secondary weapon, why not use him as the primary weapon? And once teams load up the box to try to stop him, that's when you see the efficient throws to A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. I understand it is criminal that A.J. Brown gets like 5 targets a game. A.J. Brown, who will go down arguably as the best wide receiver in Eagles franchise history.
No
we have
question
talked
he
about
will.
him as T.O. in his prime at this point.
Sure.
So I understand that it's criminal. But that, I believe, was the best version of Jalen Hurts on the 2024 Philadelphia Eagles. Do I think he can drop back 30 times and win a game? Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay, here's the
But
problem.
with this team, I love this version of Jalen Hurts.
The only problem I had with that whole philosophy, and it got them to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So it worked. It worked. So, in other words, I should have no problem with it. Was the fact is, I do think it's criminal, the approach that they took and what it did to A.J. Brown. I do think that it's criminal that they weren't using the best, I think, if not the best, one of the 2 or 3 best wide receiver tandems in the NFL more to their advantage. Dallas Goedert was in and out of the lineup all year long this year.
Yeah.
So there was a little bit of a problem there. But I didn't like the over-dependence on the running game because I thought, okay, it's going to make you more one-dimensional. What they proved me wrong on that in the Pittsburgh game and others is that, yeah, John, just when we need to use it, we can.
And Andrew DeCecco, remember that? Before that Pittsburgh
Sure.
Steelers game, he was like, no, they'll be fine.
But I like happy players.
I understand.
And I like the fact that a guy like A.J. Brown is thrilled that he is being featured. With any other team, he's getting twice as many targets.
Absolutely.
And to me, that was my issue with it.
I understand.
And, by the way, it paid off again. It paid off.
Right.
It worked.
Look, they're
It
in
worked.
the Super Bowl.
Correct. So the results were great, but along the way, I'm not going to bluff you and act like, oh, yeah, I loved it all the time. No, I didn't and those were the reasons.
But what do you think is the best version of Jalen Hurts? Because I think
I don't think
20 to 25 pass attempt Jalen Hurts, utilizing the ground game, utilizing his legs, right? Because his legs are a part of it.
Okay, you're telling me 20 to 25 pass attempts. How many rushing, how many quarterback designed runs or mesh plays is he carrying it?
Well, where the design, like the draws and stuff?
Yeah, like how many?
3 to 5, but then the RPO's another 5,
Okay.
right, where he holds on to the ball.
All right, I got no problem with your plan then.
So the ball's in
Because
his
I've been
hand
proven- right.
30 to 35 times.
Okay, I have no
where
problem.
he is either throwing the football or he's the guy running the football.
Got no issue with you then.
I just don't want him dropping back 45 times. Like, I don't. I don't think that's his game, and I don't understand why that is a slight for some Jalen Hurts supporters. I also don't understand why there are some people in the national media that go, no, to be considered a good quarterback, you have to be doing that.
And
Jaden Daniels threw the ball about 45 times in this past game, right? What's he doing this week?
Well, what we saw, though, is remember you pass more when you're trailing. But what I would also say is this offensive line, I think we've seen it in all 3 games of the postseason. Pass protection, they are distinctly less effective.
Yeah.
Than run. Their run blocking.
They were better last week.
Their
against the
run
Commanders.
blocking is supreme A+, as good as it gets. Their pass protection, I don't give them an A as a pass blocking offensive line. To me.
Okay.
I don't think they give Hurts enough time. I don't think he gets enough. And I think they have too many guys that have been running free and too many guys that have had opportunities to break through. So, to me, they're an A-plus run-blocking offensive line, and they're like a B to B-plus passing offense.
Now, the reason why I have this question today, and Connor, I want your answer on this coming up. Jalen Hurts obviously speaks after the game on Sunday when they win the NFC Championship game. And I'm not playing this clip to try to create some sort of Sirianni-Hurts conversation. I'm playing this clip strictly based off of maybe the message itself. Here was Jalen Hurts after the game on Sunday, and this was the straitjacket comment that he made.
To get all that praise from Coach post-game on the stage, and what's it like playing for Coach Sirianni?
Well, he's done a great job. He's done a great job. I guess he let me on my straitjacket a little bit today.
So the straitjacket comment, you can make whatever
What do you think
want.
of it?
What I think about it is I threw the ball more today. Like,
Okay.
that's what I think of it.
You don't believe that he is saying that the coaching staff has put me in a box that has put me into critical where people are criticizing me about
No,
it.
because of the message that he's been giving week in and week out. Numbers don't matter to me, winning does. And I believe Jalen Hurts wholeheartedly when he says that.
I believe both things can be true.
Okay.
Like he can want to do more in the passing game,
Right.
But he also knows I'll do whatever it takes to win, and I believe him 100%.
So I guess another question is, do you want him out of the straitjacket, right? This fake straitjacket.
can I say yes?
You
can.
can.
Can I say yes with a big Y?
You can.
Can I say the version I saw on Sunday is the one I want?
And
yes.
That's fair.
That's the one I want.
All right, so
You're not beating the Chiefs without that version.
what's the best version of Jalen Hurts for this football team?